I didn't, I
Okay,
didn't
so
hear.
we're
Is
going to
it
mute
the,
everybody. Good job, Bucky. Uh, sorry, I had to go get a calendar. Apologize for everybody. The October the 9th regularly scheduled monthly meeting of the Albemarle County Electoral Board is now in session. We have a quorum. All three members are here. Do I hear a motion to approve the agenda as written with addendas?
Uh, October 6 minutes are not get ready.
Okay. Then we won't.
I want to talk about the format of
Okay.
our agenda, and I'd like to speak just a little bit about the TAP pre-processing schedule posting.
Okay, I've got that on my schedule.
That's fine.
Okay, so you want to take the minutes, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, take the minutes off and talk about the cap.
Okay. So your suggestion is on the agenda to remove the number of minutes allocated to any one discussion.
Yeah.
That's your amendment.
I thought we were talking about the October minute.
Oh, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
just to take that silly column on that we don't seem to pay the
All right.
attention to.
And the motion is to table the October minutes until later.
Mhm.
Okay, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Okay,
What were you saying about the other minutes? You're saying you don't like
That-
this column?
yeah, he wants to take that
We'll
column.
talk about that. Okay.
Agenda approved as modified.
Okay, do you want to take that column out? Brief announcements from the board?
No, we should do it as business.
Okay. Then Chairman has an announcement from the registrar. I'd like to remind everybody that the registrar and the elections manager both, and the chief deputy registrar are up to their eyeballs, working hard. And they asked your forbearance if they could stay and work in the office and not come and be at our meeting today. And I think we all agree that they need to get their work done so people can vote, get their absentee ballots, be ready to go. The registrar did tell me this morning that as of closing yesterday afternoon, which would have been the 8th of October, at that time, 5,733 people have voted in person, absentee on the machine. She has 2,048 returned in the mail absentee ballots, and out of the drop box, which is out here in front of the building, 496 returned mailed out absentee ballots. She and the rest of the staff are working diligently to make sure all the returned absentee ballots are categorized, logged into Verus, so people are getting credit for having returned their ballots. She has a box where she's putting the ballots that are mailed back, the envelopes that are mailed back, to be cured so the voters can be notified in writing that they can come in, or they can electronically amend, correct their information that's not right or missing on their absentee ballots. The cap through the registrar, and I know the parties need to know this, and Bucky is going to get it onto the website. Code requires that all meetings of the elections, whether it's voting or counting ballots, be posted on the website and notified. They can always be amended or removed. The CAP group has determined that they will meet every Tuesday and Thursday, beginning at 1 o'clock through the last week before elections. And if they need to meet on Wednesday and Friday of that last week, they will also meet that day if they need to. They've gone through their schedule. They've gone through the new system.
You're talking about their meeting for pre-processing?
Pre-processing. And they are so excited, so grateful, so happy, to use a very old term, completely over the moon at the way the registrar's office has organized the returned mailed out absentee ballots. I mean, it is finely tuned. So the pre-processing group of officers of election will meet in the cordoned off behind the screens, so they're separated from the in-person absentee, same location. They're going to have a team. They've organized their teams to work those Tuesdays and Thursdays. We are grateful for having the guidance and the presence of the former chief and former deputy chief, and that was at the request of the current chief and deputy chief of the CAP to come in and help get organized.
Remind me what the authorized representatives, how many there can be, that pre-processing is not open to the total public.
No, well, no, you have to have, it's a polling place, effectively, it's a precinct. So all the observers, any party, either of the two parties, and any independent candidate is entitled to have one party or candidate representative in the pre-processing whenever the pre-processing is taking place. The code specifically says that there must be at least two officers of election, one from each party, present when ballots are opened or counted. So that's why we have officers of election running our pre-processing, or what used to be called early cap. They've set their schedule and they're ready to start next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. not
Next
today.
Tuesday. No. Well, today's Thursday. So they'll be working every Tuesday and Thursday beginning next week.
I
So,
got that from Alex this morning or last night.
yes,
I asked him.
yes. Yeah, we had a meeting. And so the CAP people told Alex when it would be. Any questions about pre-processing?
This is to the point I had it as new business.
Okay,
As you said, I have a request to put this on our website, but this meeting is not open to the public.
that's
and
correct.
I don't believe putting it on the website relieves us of the burden of notifying the party.
No, it
Chairs.
does not.
So what would be the purpose of putting it on the website?
Because it's part of the voting process, the same as, because technically, under the law, it's part of the central absentee precinct, although central absentee precinct does not technically begin until election day. But the processing of the ballots is part of the precinct. And so an authorized party representative with a signed letter from their.
I got
is
the
there.
party
And
representative.
we have to notice the public of when that is,
In the code anywhere.
of when that's taking place. The same.
2070-40 is very explicit
Understand.
about this. It says notify the party reps.
I understand. And you have to notify the public of when the times for the in-person absentee, wait, let me finish. The in-person absentee voting takes place. So the registrar's office must have on the registrar's website when that takes place.
Same question.
The code also says that that for the pre-processing cap, a voter can, although it hardly ever happens, a voter can come and bring their absentee ballot in. And
Not for pre-processing
But it's-
cap. It
well-
says they can do that for cap on election
I
day.
understand that.
It doesn't say that for pre-processing.
It's not, it's silent on that. It doesn't say they can't, Bucky, but the inference may be there. And so if a voter thought they could come in to vote in cap, they might think they could come in and vote. And we want them, if they want to return their ballot or they want to come in and vote, they can do that.
Then I object to posting this for two reasons. Three reasons. One, we're not required to do that under the code. Two, I don't want to encourage members of the public to show up just to watch,
Well,
because they are not encouraged to do that. And three, in that theoretical, it's not actually a required case you mentioned, we have the drop box outside, we have the actual open in-person absentee ballot, and we have the registrar's office all open at the same time.
and you could make the exact.
Co-located with
You could
these
make
things.
the exact same argument that on election day, when cap is open, you've got open public precincts, you've got the drop boxes at the polling places and at the registrar's office, and yet the code still says,
Is the code's explicit about on election day what is to occur. It is not explicit about pre-processing with this regard.
why would you not want the public to know that their absentee ballots are being addressed as part of the registrar's?
It's not a secret. I don't want the public,
I'm sorry.
okay. I don't want to encourage the public to come visit.
It's not,
When it's not something that's open to the public.
don't think announcing it or posting it is encouraging no more than the hours of the registrar's office being open. I mean, you're saying it's available, it's there, it's taking place. You're not saying y'all come to the registrar's office just because it's open. It's just an information that that this is taking place as part of the voting system.
I'm not sure I see any value. Because for that to have a context for the average voter, then you need also to explain what happens in pre-processing.
If people want to know what's happening, they can look it up and read it in code. Or they can call the registrar's office and say, what is this? And be told this is where your mailed out absentee ballots are being counted. I don't see why you would want the public to know if this is taking place. We mail out our absentee ballots, what happens to them? This is where they're counted.
Tend to agree with Becky, but I think maybe a compromise would be a statement that pre-processing of the absentee ballots will be taking place. And those meetings are open only to authorized representatives. And just leave it at that.
I'm fine with that. You want to
Post
add
the
that?
times.
Don't say, no, those times,
I
just say
think-
it, gonna happen. My compromise.
Okay, in the past, we've always posted it. Sure.
I've never seen that posted.
Really?
No,
Okay.
I'm
Then-
more than happy
Then
to
if you
put up
want to
things.
put it in secret, you will be on the record as saying, I want it to be a secret meeting. I don't want it to be a secret meeting. I want people to know what's happening with their absentee ballots, because the registrar's office gets calls all the time of, yeah, I mailed up my ballot. What happens to it after I mail it back?
I reject your characterization. that
I know,
want
I'm
it to be a
being,
secret meeting,
I understand,
Because
but
it's going to be a secret meeting. The public cannot attend.
they're
And you-
authorized,
And
the
the
party,
public through the parties and the candidate representatives are represented by proxy, but it is secret from the rest of the general public.
Can you accept my compromise?
I'm good with that.
I'm good with, yes, ma'am.
Well, now that I've heard Diane McNeil, now that I've heard this discussion, it feels like it does, from a non-detailed understand what's happening kind of person, it feels like something's going on that the public doesn't know about. Unless you tell them at least this is happening at this time on this date.
And that's the reason that this registrar thinks it should be posted. Because in 2020, just some historical information. In 2020, when the law was changed and we had 45 days of in-person absentee voting, and the code says that all the absentee ballots, and we did absentee ballots because remember COVID was in, COVID times. And a lot of localities got way behind in counting their mailed out absentee ballots because they had a flood of absentee ballots. And we want to assure the people of Albemarle that, one, we didn't get that behind in 2020, but we're certainly not going to get that behind now because we are addressing and counting your ballots and processing your ballots and putting them in the machine so we don't get behind the curve. So I think you make a valid point.
Looks like you're writing. I was just going to suggest verbiage.
Go ahead.
pre-processing of absentee ballots be conducted on Tuesdays and Thursdays. These pre-processing sessions are only open to an authorized representative of each party. We don't even have to say independent candidate because we don't have any independent.
Well, we do. We've got school board
No, that's
And
right.
supervisor.
and
yeah.
supervisors.
That's bad, I'm sorry. Let's leave it at that.
I would concur with that
Okay,
characterization.
done.
Good. Okay, any other announcements from the board? The registrar would also tell you that she's gotten some new staff members that are working diligently. They are all helping, seem to be organized and working smoothly in there. Public comments. We invite the public, as we always do, to make comments at the beginning of the meeting. Please introduce yourself and tell us if you represent an organization or a party, and try to keep your comments to 3 minutes. Chair recognizes Rick.
Yeah, this is Rick Garnett, Chairman of the Republican Party Election Integrity Committee. I just had one question. I couldn't hear earlier, but it sounds like the notice of the equipment testing is going to go out. Do we know what time that's going to start on next Thursday and about how long it might last?
It's going to start at 9 o'clock in the morning.
And there are various opinions on how long it might last. But a
Bring a lunch.
considerable amount of time.
Bring a lunch.
Well, because I was thinking we might have shifts if it was going to be all day.
It will be all day.
Okay.
Again,
Okay.
we're not sure
All
how
right.
long it will last. And he is referencing, we're having the same problem, Rick, that we've had in every meeting. We're getting your voice is like this. We're hearing every other word, or it's fuzzy. So let me, if you will, let me repeat your question. You're asking for the start time for the logic and accuracy testing for all the machines that will be used in the polling places on election day. And yes, that is the 16th, beginning in what we affectionately call the warehouse, which is entered from the back of the building. And again, the party chairmen have been noticed of that event, and the same is true. You must have either the party chairmans or an independent candidate there in person, or a representative with a letter authorizing them to represent their party or independent candidate.
And it's limited to one observer per party, right?
Yes, sir.
One time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. And if it's the same observer as before, they need a new letter.
And it better be over by 6 p.m. because we're supposed to be training election officials at 6 p.m. in the county office building downtown.
Do we have any other comments or questions from the public? Okay. Old business, ADA inspections and certificates of polling. The county and the schools are going to give me their availability, and I would like the board to look at their calendars. And obviously we can't be in two places. So if we are already having meetings on a day, we can't go out and do ADA inspections. So you can either write them on a piece of paper and give them to me after the meeting, or I know, Jim, you're looking at your calendar also. There are not many days available, are there?
Last week in October.
The week of the 19th is.
The week of the 19th, we don't have a.
We get stuff in the evenings, but.
We've got stuff in the evenings, but we've got.
Hands-on.
And on the 21st.
On the 21st.
Yep. And each of us will have 10, remembering that we voted to say that we will accept the school if they can tell us that the space in the school meets the ADA requirements. specifically the entrances and getting from the parking lot. Any new business?
Oh, that's where you were gonna talk about the cap.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Can we fix the minutes? Yes, I can fix the agenda. So
Okay.
I don't have to have the number of minutes on there anymore.
Got it.
Since that, I think, only serves to confound the public and ourselves.
I agree with you. We all agreed to that. Did you have any other new business?
No.
Any other items from the public? Yes, ma'am.
Jim was gonna say something.
Jim, were you going to say something Laurie Jones was going to say?
Yeah, and we can take this up later because we do need to do some more work on our training program. Newbie training is supposed to happen tonight.
Yep, 6 o'clock.
As of yesterday, 0 people had signed up for newbie training. There
Really?
is a problem, that's what Alex tells me. There is a problem with the portal.
Yes.
He thinks maybe a couple people will come. And we can talk about this later if you want to.
No, talk about it now.
Alex has his hand up.
Alex, would you like to comment? Unmute yourself.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Speak slowly because you're coming in sort of staccato like. So speak slowly. This is Alex Branch, the election manager.
So as of this morning, I think we have 6 people coming.
Okay.
The portal's just acting very wonky, so I've just told the chiefs, just tell people to show up.
But you are fairly certain there will be 6 people.
On my email, I see 6, so anything
least.
can happen between now and 6 o'clock.
I was going to suggest, based on saying before the receiver, that if we have like 3 people or less, that we just don't do it because those people are supposed to come to training next week and they get the stations at the cross and all that anyway. And it just is kind of a waste of time to do a 2-hour training for 2 people. But if we got 6, okay, that's
For new officers, if we had 1, I would do the training.
I would agree.
Because hearing this stuff twice, if it's all new to you, is a big help.
okay.
I mean, Jim, if you have,
Well, we got 6 people coming. I'm fine with that. Yeah.
okay. I would, Bucky, you may not agree, but if we're going to present it, we never know, other people may show up. If you feel strongly that you have something else that's you need to do.
No, I just these people sign. But we got 6. We got 6. Fine.
We get
If you
here,
want to
we
go-
get here tonight and there's no one here, we all go home.
Yeah.
We don't teach to an empty room.
Exactly.
And I do want to, after we've gone through executive session, go back into training mode to we talk about the mock election.
Okay.
Lori?
Laurie Jones, Democratic Party. In the past, the registrar had been requested to put together a sheet, a chart with new registrations, who's been dropped. And I understand with the turnover that has happened, I'm wondering how to get access to that information and if that has been requested of the new registrar, or the interim registrar, if that information we can get a hold of.
It has not been requested because, as you stated, a
Should I just
lot of
ask
the
her?
filing system was topsy-turvy. And I can't validate or verify.
Which she can tell us who is registered
She can tell you how many,
in the last month.
and I just have not asked for that.
Should I ask for that, or is that something that's gonna be?
You can, I
reported?
mean, we're gonna ask for it at for our next meeting.
Okay.
Hopefully she'll be able to get it by then.
Okay,
A lot of the records were not always accurate.
but she'll know September, she's been.
Right,
That's what I'm saying, like, you
She
know,
can
for this
give-
election. What it
exactly.
looks like, what the numbers look like. And
Exactly.
I'm happy to ask her individually, but if she's producing it, I don't want to bother her.
She will be
Okay,
producing. it.
so I'll wait for the next meeting. Thank you.
So has she seen
Yes.
the chart that Lauren put out? Because I think that probably takes about 10 minutes to put that together. I'm guessing.
Most of it is just the various
Right.
reports.
Boom, boom, boom off of Eris. So
Verus is only as good as the information you put in it. So, yes, Lori.
Okay.
You'll be ready for the next meeting. Speaking of next meeting. We have a meeting scheduled for the 13th.
9 a.m.
Yes. And we have, of course, our regular November series of canvas meetings. The election, as we all know, is on November the 4th. So we don't have the second Thursday would be our regular scheduled meeting. And I would submit that it might be a good idea if we had that meeting.
That meeting falls in the midst of the canvas meeting that will be adjourning and reconvening from time to
Well,
time.
the second Thursday is.
Yes, that's still within our 10-day window.
Right.
And I understand, and I can't remember who from, that the flicking of the switch that matches up all the same day registrations and determines if anybody same day registered in two different places, which normally happens Saturday evening in Richmond, and therefore allows registrars and electoral boards to determine if there are any duplicates. That once again, Richmond is going to wait until Monday to switch. I can't remember who told me, but that's what
I have
hear.
not heard that.
Which is a drag because it means we can't
Adjudicate SDRs until that's like.
We're going to flick the switch.
What Jim is saying by flip the switch, the registrars are required to submit by 5 o'clock, usually on Friday, unless Friday is a federal holiday, which it is not this year, after the election, the Friday after the election. The registrars must submit all their data from people who have voted, new registrations, same day registrations, provisional ballots, so that the Verus computer system will have overnight, all 133 registrars are submitting all of their data by 5 o'clock Friday evening. And by Saturday afternoon, Verus will have arranged all of this data so that then the registrars know if someone voted in Chesterfield and then did a same day registration on election day in Albemarle and voted a provisional ballot, their registration can be changed because it's the last registration that's submitted. But the first ballot that's cast that counts. And the only way for all the registrars to know who voted where and who registered where is to go through the Verus system. And then it comes out. And the final adjudication of provisional ballots cannot be done until after that summation of all the information, which means the board could not do the provisional ballots anywhere until Monday because they don't know which ones should be considered and which ones should not. I have not heard what you said, Jim.
I believe I heard that from the Orange County Secretary of the Electoral. It probably should be in the leadership call minutes, but I haven't looked at those the last couple of times.
I haven't seen it on guidance. I will certainly ask.
I saw something about that. I just don't remember the particulars.
And last fall, they waited until like noon on Monday because I remember we came in Monday morning
Right.
and nothing to do.
But plenty to do once it
We
was
had
done.
plenty to do. It just wasn't
So I think
that.
we could stick with the November. What's it?
The first Thursday in November is the 6th.
November 13th.
So the 13th would be our regularly scheduled meeting.
I think we can stick with that, and if we have to cancel it, we cancel it.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay.
Okay. And do we want to schedule additional meetings between now and election? To make sure that if we've got one, we can use it. If we don't have it, we don't need it, we can cancel it, which has been our policy, gentlemen.
I would submit that since we have a meeting on Monday, a meeting on Friday to further advance our registrar search cause would be in order.
On the 17th,
Friday
you're
the
talking about?
17th in the morning.
I'm sorry, 17th.
Friday the 17th,
Okay, that's the day we're supposed to be,
loading cages,
okay.
but we do this first thing in the morning. If we,
Okay, so
you
you
know,
want to meet at
everything loaded
8:30?
at 8:30 be fine with me.
Jim?
Well, if you want to go that early,
Do
because
8:30 or 9 o'clock? Y'all.
well, the day before, all day long, we're going to be doing LNA, and all evening long, we're going to be doing EO training, so
Want to wait till 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock.
Lucky, are you okay with that?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. So we have a meeting scheduled for 9 o'clock on Monday, the 13th. We have a meeting scheduled for 9 o'clock on Friday, the 17th. And then our regularly scheduled monthly meeting will be at 9 o'clock on November the 13th,
9:30.
9:30, okay?
We can change it, but
No, no,
I think
no.
that's what's on the
9:30.
website.
Right, 9:30. See, Jim, you lost time in October, you're getting it back in October. If everybody's still alive and well, and
I haven't figured out how changing from daylight savings. to
Forget-
Tuesday.
we will have daylight savings time. And if you look at the lunar calendar, yes, there's a full moon either the night before or election night, just for those of you who care about.
Night after,
Nice for driving home.
Exactly,
November 5th.
exactly. Okay, do we have any other business comments? I'm kind of loosey-goosey this morning, ladies and gentlemen, before we go into executive session. Alex, your hand's up. Oh, no, is that Alex? Yeah, Alex?
Yeah, I'm fine with that on the 17th. The meeting for cages is going to be at 11.
But, okay,
11 for the cages?
Yeah.
I had that at 10.
the 11th, the cage meeting is at 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I moved it.
Okay,
So that gives me plenty of time.
thank you. Jim just did a cartwheel. You couldn't see him. Okay, thank you for that update. Any other comments? And then we're going to go into executive session per code section 2.2-3700, section A. The only people who will be in the meeting will be 3 board members. And we will take up personnel matters and review of registrar applications. Thank you all for being here.
Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
need to
Oh, Andrew Rugi, I forgot. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It's here and I forgot to.
You're all right. I just wanted to, I need to pop into executive session for about 5 minutes.
Okay, so our attorney will be Angela Rugi and she will be with us at the beginning of the meeting. Thank you. I am so sorry.
Coming.
You're all right.
Beginning of what meeting?
Could everybody else drop off the call, please?
IT speaker, because when you're on Zoom, like when I'm on
Yeah.
Zoom, I can hear everybody fine. I can hear you guys fine, I can hear the speakers fine. And then this,
And primarily,
yeah,
it's the person who's in the car.
ah,
Yes, we have.
yeah.
Yes, we have. Thank you. You're not coming in. We didn't announce you. Is that right? You want to come in? No, you don't need, you don't need to be in executive. Okay. Okay.
There you go.
So
Okay, we
we're
came
live.
out at 10:30.
Recording in progress. You only get.
Oh, we said, okay, we only get the last word. Okay, the electoral board comes out of executive session at 10:35. The board certifies that only the members who were invited to be there, the 3 board members and our attorney for a brief period of time. We only discussed personnel matters and those things which we said we were going to discuss before we went in. And now we are back in regular session and we have no business to discuss. All in favor, agree?
No business. So,
No business.
Go back
Take
to
vote.
the training for
We have
tonight.
no business on which we need to take a vote.
Right.
Chair recognizes the able secretary.
I want to see if Alex can come in just for like 5 minutes.
Do you want to just have a training, election materials session after this meeting?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Okay, then we should close the meeting.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. we
I
should
move to
adjourn.
adjourn.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Thank you.